Welcome to the RedIn30 podcast, where we talk about Jesus, truth, and us, all using red words.
Using red words. Black.
If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. I'm gonna do it again so you can join in. If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. If you wanna be somebody
and you wanna go somewhere, you better.
Thought y'all was about to start the whisper song.
Welcome.
Wait till you see my. Girl, let me tell you.
Oh my God. Hey, listen, welcome to the RedIn30 podcast. I am DM. This is the lovely Nakia.
Yeah.
This is Pastor Jay.
Yeah.
And we are here for another episode for your listening and learning pleasure. RedIn30.com. Make sure you go there, sign up. Sign up on the email list. It's a 30-day reading of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Mm-hmm. We love the entire Bible. We believe that the Bible is a story about you, but we believe that those red words tell us who we are and who we are in the story, because those are the words of Jesus.
Yep.
When you see Jesus, you see you, because RedIn30 is about Jesus, truth, and you, all using red words. So we're here.
We are.
I always like to ask how y'all feeling. Y'all feeling good?
I'm feeling like $1 billion.
What accent was that? Was it an accent or just?
It was just rhyme, rhythm,
okay.
flow. Yeah, bars. Yeah.
Dope.
Oh, wow. I'm feeling great.
Feeling great? Me too.
Yeah.
I feel real good.
Yeah.
I feel like my new year is starting already. Like,
Oh, yeah?
everybody,
Really?
all the messages are like, yeah, you got 2 months left in 2019 before this
I
turn of
have
the
seen some of
decade, and what are you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing what you did last time. Shut up. So I feel like every day I wake up, I feel like my new year's starting, because we gotta do something different. We gotta get it popping.
Happy New
Yeah.
Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So, right, yeah, fireworks, boom.
That was good.
You saw that mix?
Wow.
Shout out to EJ.
Shout out to Pandolando. So we're here at RedIn30.com. And so, like, the whole object of what we're doing is to find. I never wanted to. Am I not on? Okay. I never want us to. The whole point of everything is to find out. You know, we can get very religious or traditional, and we can get caught up in a lot of different things that has nothing to do practically with who you are every day and who you're supposed to be.
All right.
Most of us are playing roles every day. Those of us who may be a little more enlightened or maybe have learned or are looking for a little bit more are playing who they really are. But for the most part, majority of people you know are playing roles. They're playing, they're speaking certain ways, they're acting certain ways, they're having certain attitudes, certain feelings. They do certain things, dress certain ways because they're playing a role in a show.
Everybody.
And usually they got their script. It's all about where you get your script from. So usually they got their script from somebody else, whether negative or positive, or some idea, some show, and you've taken on the script, and now you're playing that role.
Yeah.
But it's dope that the scripture, they call scriptures, right?
Yeah.
So you take your script from the script, all right? Particularly the red part, because this almost like highlighted the part that's really about you.
Yeah.
The rest of them is cool, but then they stand out a little bit, a little different, because they want you to know that you're a little different than everything else.
Yeah.
And so that's the gist of it all. I mean, that's what we're doing here. And so I think where we're trying to get to is really being, right? I mean, that's a common conversation.
Not acting.
Not acting,
playing something out.
or trying, or faithing, or everything else that we call it. Those are great words and everything, but it's really about calming down to be. Because you're already something. You just don't know it, right? Like, go ahead.
I'll say the first thing you learn in communication is something I studied in college. So the first class is they tell you that you are playing a role in everything you do. So they start making you see how many roles you play in a day. So whether you are playing a daughter role, the student role, the friend role to certain friends, because you switch roles. And then the cool thing is you start seeing that other people are also playing roles around you.
Yeah.
So your mom is playing a certain role with you, but she's also playing like that wife role. She's playing.
She switched.
Yeah, and she switched. So we're all switching, and we're all seeing. Basically, we're playing in a play without
That's so dope.
realizing it, and we're fitting the mold of what it's supposed to be.
That's so dope. I think it's so dope, but I just saw a correlation just now. I think it's so dope, but I think it's so difficult to do. Especially when I've been in a place where I had to play a lot of roles at one time. You know what I'm saying? Where I had to be one thing to this person, one thing to another person, and another thing to 10 other people. I mean, like it's 5 or 6 different roles at one time in one capacity, and different people coming at you with different questions. I appreciate the pressure because it's made me stronger, made me a little wiser, but it's very difficult to do, and it's very stressful because you're trying to play all these positions and all these roles. When in actuality, if I'd have just flipped it and just be who I was and then let my being fill the roles, then it would have been a whole lot easier, which is what I'm kind of learning to do now. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, and he says, don't take no thought what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, all this stuff. You be concerned about all this stuff. He said, but seek first the kingdom of God, which is really who you really are.
Yeah.
And all these things will be added. So that means who you really are will add these things to your life. It'll fill that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you can have, it's almost like having a bunch of balloons, but they not be blown up. You know what I'm saying? You ever blow a balloon before? You ever blow a balloon, you got to stretch it. And then, right? Like, yeah, it can be tough. It can be tough. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you have all those are balloons, but they're just not blown up. But your being gives you like the bouquet of balloons already. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's a dope concept. And so being. And so, off of being, I think the opposite of being is trying to be. You get it? The opposite of being somebody, right?
Yeah,
is
I get you.
Trying to be somebody. AKA Clout, right? Like trying to. We also have a life full of clout. Everybody trying to be they have this kind of title. That at the end of their degree, they want to be have much money so they can call themselves a whatever heir.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They get married so they can have somebody's last name, or they can give somebody a last name. Want to work at this company or for this company. We go to that church, right?
Yeah.
Right. I play that position at that church. I got so many awards and all these things people use to become their definition of who they are. It becomes their identity.
Yeah.
But it's all clout.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying titles are not a problem because sometimes we need them, you know what I'm saying, to know who's who.
Right.
But whenever the title becomes who you are, like it defines you, it's clout.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a problem with clout. Not me. I don't have like a personal problem, but I have a problem
No,
when I
break
see
down
clout.
the issue.
You out here chasing
behind
clout, bro?
it.
I just don't like it, bro. Like I see it, bro, and then like even with this, I'm not even gonna get it. Like I am gonna get into it. Like even with this newfound, Jesus love with Kanye, right? And it's a good thing. I love it. Like I'm all for it. I love the album. All that.
Let's
stuff,
talk
right?
about it.
I'm all for it, but this it's like they chasing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, this episode is not about that, but I'm just using that as an example.
Okay, because I had an example about that.
Go.
Cool.
No,
Keep
go.
going.
I want to go.
Keep
No,
going.
I want to go because it's
Keep
gonna help
going.
me. It's gonna
Keep
help me.
going.
It's gonna help me. Come on, it's gonna help me. Go.
No. Oh, can we say names or no?
You about to say the name, like the name?
Not that name.
Okay, go.
Another name.
We can always go.
Hold up.
Boop. Come on.
Hey,
EJ, I ain't
whisper
be
it
ready.
first.
EJ, multi-time code. Go.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like one of my cousins sent me a YouTube video last night, so I watched it, and so when Kanye first, I ain't gonna say first, but recently, I guess over the past 2 months or so, he did like 2 joints in churches, right? He did the joint in Chicago, then he did the joint in Atlanta, right? And so the pastor in Atlanta, had him in or whatever, and was like, yo, yeah, come here, whatever. And, because, at that time, it's like, yo, if you got Kanye Sunday service coming to your church, like
You
that's a big
popping.
thing. Yeah, you popping or whatever. Like,
Right.
like that's, that's
Respect.
part of the hype. That's the clout or whatever. You like, yo, he went to his church or whatever, right? And so now, fast forward a few weeks later, and I saw, and so it was just bad because he used his pulpit to do like reverse clout. Not to use because I feel like he chased clout both ways. Like I feel like he chased clout having Kanye there because that was gonna bring in a certain amount of clout. But then I think his recent sermon that I saw, well, clip from it, he used that to chase clout another way by using his name and kind of defaming him to boost himself up in a certain aspect.
what?
Wait, he defamed Ye?
Yeah, because I'll just break it down what I recall from the video.
Okay.
And so like in the video, he said like when Kanye came in, and you know how preachers do too when they're in their pulpit, like they got a certain kind of arrogance about themselves.
Yeah, it's like
too.
can't nobody tell me nothing.
Yeah,
Really?
and so
So
right. And so because when
we don't do it. We don't
Yeah.
do it, but you can feel it coming
feel it,
on
yeah.
sometimes. You gotta be like, get behind me, Satan.
yeah, calm down.
Hey, okay.
Calm down, bro.
But he was saying that when Kanye came, he was, he wasn't concerned about who he was. Like he who he is, whatever, and like he ain't scared of nobody. So he was telling Kanye, they got these people out in Bahamas who struggling because of something happened or
I
whatever.
remember hearing him talk about that dude. Okay.
Yeah, and so he was like, your boy Trump, he not doing nothing, he not letting them come in or whatever because he said they violence or they threats or whatever. He was like, what you gonna do? You need to talk to him, get him to do this. You need to go out there and put money out, and get us. So he say Kanye went out there. I don't know the truth about it. Kanye actually did. He said
Kanye said he did.
He did. So he took a midnight flight back, and then he went to Utah. And it kind of backed up the president. I don't know if it was based off of what he had just seen or experienced, but Kanye just said some stuff regardless. But he was going to the point to saying that Kanye was serving a different Jesus for my understanding because he didn't do what the guy was urging him to do.
A different Jesus.
Right.
Yeah, so he was trying to say.
Also, because Kanye didn't do what he wanted him to do.
Yeah.
He wasn't serving the same Jesus
As him.
because they got a bunch of them. Mm-hmm.
Wait.
And
Yeah,
here's probably the right one.
That's the right one because
it's his.
it's his.
But the root of this whole situation is politics.
We should have had a button say Clout.
Yeah, the root of it is politics. So he was like,
So
I gave the money that
why
he gave
are
to the
we
church.
making this-
I redirected that to some college that his mama taught at or something about black human studies or something. And he was like, because he didn't got so far away from that, and so he just like was going in on this man. I'm just like, yo, like, can you chill, bro? Like, this ain't got nothing. But what it's gonna do is it's gonna be clickbait, and it's gonna be buzzworthy,
Watch it.
and so people gonna be like, let me see what he said, because Kanye was just at his church, so let me see what he's saying about Kanye.
Clearly.
Because if he's saying it, then there must be some truth to it, because
Yeah.
Kanye was just there.
Yeah,
and so that's all Clout.
It's all Clout. And then
Reverse
Kanye did say he went to Bahamas on a couple of interviews he did, but he was saying that he went there to go do. He was
Those
using
homes.
technology to get with some designers or whatever to see how they can build homes that are hurricane
Proof.
proof.
Oh, I
You know
did
what I'm
hear
saying?
something about that.
Yeah. So which is pretty smart. That's another conversation for me because we try to deal with so many different things and don't go to the systemic root of things.
All right.
So we don't really fix the problem, but we put a Band-Aid on it until another storm come through.
Right.
And then we got to rally again
And come do the same thing.
and come through the same thing over and over again, which is not fixing it. But there's Clout, bro. There's Clout. Yeah, Clout. And that's what I'm talking about.
Just because you say I should do this or whatever, that don't mean I'm gonna just do it.
And don't it say somewhere? It might not. This might be just a old urban legend fable or something or whatever. But don't it say something about don't put your brother down to make you look better or something like that? I know people say that before.
Candle.
No, he said that something, but I know I've heard don't blow out somebody else's candle, make your candle brighter. I know, but I don't know that's a scripture. But I think Jesus did say something about don't.
Let me see.
Come on, the computer.
Come on, computer,
All
find
right,
out.
okay.
But that's the thing because we're chasing Clout. Clout is so dangerous. Wanting to be somebody and wanting to have some kind of
Don't let your brother
braggadocious, whatever, it's so dangerous that you'll kill for it.
Yeah.
You'll literally put
100% facts.
You'll literally throw. I have literal stories of being thrown under the bus for Clout. Like, hey, bro, I love you though, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because I want to get the pat on the back.
Yeah.
Because I got the
Yeah.
And Clout is very, very. It's just dangerous, and people don't know that it's the opposite of the power. It's fake power.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back. First of all, what Clout used to be, we're talking about now, the definition of it now. What Clout used to be was you had a little pull. So you got a little pull around the building. You know what I'm saying? Like you talk about you can make some stuff move.
Right.
And I get that. That's a little pull. You got a little power in the building or whatever, right? But then people started chasing the power in the building and didn't realize the power was in the building.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
You get it? You get it? Start chasing the power in the building, don't realize the power was in the building. And so it started way from beginning. way from Genesis.
Okay.
From the tree, they're chasing
yeah.
the clout.
Yeah.
The serpent talked that noise, gave him a picture, gave him a clout. Oh, I can be like God if I eat from this fruit. You already like God, dummy, right?
Man,
but you
true.
bought the clout. You know, we did an episode called "On by the Hype." Remember?
Yeah,
and we bought it, and then it made me partake of something that and now I'm chasing a dream for the rest of my history, and you've messed all of us up. We're doing it daily, of course.
Yeah.
But now your generations are messed up because you decided to chase clout and not be something. That's why it's imperative that we understand the concept that Jesus was teaching us of being. Because if we don't get it right now, our children, children still going to be chasing a dream that they're never going to see.
the dream.
It's a dream. American dream. Martin Luther King had a dream. All the kind of dreams that they got.
The legacy dream.
The whole thing, we're not going to see it because we think it's off of clout. We think it's off of numbers. It's dope. Oh boy, I saw another thing. They said they about to stop giving likes next week.
Oh yeah, on
On
Instagram.
Instagram. I think some people are going to lose their stuff because they've been living off the likes.
Yeah.
I think it's going to transfer to followers.
I think
And
it'll transfer to flowers.
number of comments.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
people just transfer it over.
Well, it's
Then-
always numbers. It's always
Yeah.
numbers. It's always numbers. I know people that got millions of followers that ain't making no money.
Right.
And
Right.
I know people that
Tons.
got a few hundred followers that's making more money than them.
Right.
I know how it works.
Yeah.
The idea men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie is a lie.
Right.
Numbers
do lie.
Numbers do lie. It's a whole clout thing, man.
Yeah.
And it's very dangerous because the opposite of that, if you stop chasing clout, you realize who you are and really function in the power. And then people will give you your due. We can go story after story, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, watch this. You ready for this? This is a surprise. You ready? We was talking about it before. We said we're gonna tell you on air.
Okay.
Okay. We did the etymology of clout. You ready?
Okay.
You ready? What is it? You ready for this?
Yeah.
It's gonna trip you up.
All right.
Okay. So, Old English version, the original meaning of clout is
What is a noun or verb? Was it?
this is the noun version. It means to patch. It means the patch of cloth put over a hole to mend it. That's clout. It's like a lump of something that you put
over a
on
hole.
over something to cover, like a hole. What does that sound like to you?
You trying to fill a
Say
hole?
it again.
You trying to fill a void that you
As
got?
a noun, it means like a lump of something
I never did
or
it until I
a
looked it up
patch,
a little while ago.
or a patch that you cover, like a hole to mend it. So basically, a patch.
Yeah.
So really, you doing all that and trying to show all that and get all that clout to cover the fact that you're really empty.
Yeah.
At some point, it was
And you're
considered
not
a
empty, though.
handkerchief.
That's not-
But
yeah.
you feel
empty
What?
because you're looking at something else.
because you're looking at something else
You're trying to
and
be
you
something else.
don't realize it's you. And you listen to people that's pointing you towards all the other things.
Man, that's dope. Yeah. I like
And
that.
Jesus points you towards you. He makes you take ownership for you. He makes you take ownership for your being. He says, you, this is what you have to do. This is just like you.
Listen.
What else is it?
Did you finish reading it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, just
surprise
back,
me.
Okay, backstory. After as time passed,
This better be good.
it became the name. It became the word to describe a handkerchief, and then a woman's
Like the holding handkerchiefs on
sanitary.
the I'm just playing.
Then a woman's sanitary napkin. That was what clout was. Cover a patch. To mend something.
Well,
Right? Wait.
well.
So the slang sense of personal influence came about in
That's
1946.
the definition. I'm gonna start using when people chasing clout.
1946.
But
is
look,
when
it
my
says-
dad was
it
born.
says-
Female sanitary wipe you.
It started in politics.
Max it.
I can't.
It started politics. What it is?
It started in politics to mean, yeah.
I believe
That makes
Personal
sense.
I believe
influence.
it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I believe
Makes
it.
so much sense. Like
So
how much
They
clout do you
always
have?
chasing the clout, boy.
So everybody want and now watch this. Now watch this. They've been chasing clout for years. I voted for the last 3-4 presidents, not 3-4, like the last 3, maybe 4, right? And I ain't seen nothing.
Hold on. So you voted for
I voted for George Bush,
Bush?
Obama, Trump.
Yeah.
You did not vote for Trump.
Yeah.
No, I voted for the election. I'm saying
I know.
voted for the election, right?
Oh, you
I
didn't vote
just
for Trump?
cleared it
Huh?
up.
You didn't vote for Trump?
I voted for.
Oh, bro.
I don't even remember who I voted for.
Oh, bro.
I voted for. We're not supposed to say this. Are you not supposed to say you
I
voted
don't
for?
care. I don't even know if
I
I
voted for the female in the election.
Listen.
Yeah.
Word. Who you vote for?
Word.
I didn't vote.
You know what? A lot of people didn't
I don't
vote.
think I did.
The polls closed before I got there. But if I would have
Some people
voted,
would cringe at the fact that you didn't vote because they'd be
would've-
like, "What?
They
would've
fought for
voted.
your rights.
Sure,
but if I would have voted, I would have
vote
voted for Trump
That's
Why?
real.
because the nation needed a necessary cleansing,
Hey, he's actually doing it. That's funny.
and he's doing it.
He's
That's
actually
funny. And
cray.
it's actually an uproar. Like the uproar is amazing. Like we'd never know what we know
Yeah.
about the country right now if it was not for Trump. Like it
Wildin'.
would still be
'Cause-
closeted.
Yeah, a lot of stuff still be hidden.
still
Still,
be
be
lo-
doing.
And we still be thinking we making some progress.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah, now we know what they really think about it. So,
We know what they really think about
but it's
it.
clout.
So sometimes when you pull that cloud off, you get to see that.
You get to see it. Come on,
Come on
play.
now.
It's something. I know what it
Come on now.
is.
Come
Yeah,
on.
bomb.
Come on now.
Clout. So it's funny to come 19 is politics. It's amazing.
Comes
that
all the
that's
way
where it
back
comes
to
from.
politics.
Wow. And so it goes from government.
They the biggest cloud chasers.
Hey,
What?
And then, but nothing gets done. And that's what clout is.
Yeah.
A
So
cover
clout
up.
has all the medals, all the titles, all the degrees and the labels and the right, all that stuff, all all that stuff, and nothing changes. It becomes a never-ending circle
Yeah.
because it don't get nothing done. Which means clout is really what's the word I'm looking for? It's stagnant. You know, it's stuck in a cycle. Versus being, which is progressive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a piece of cloth that covers a hole up. Right? There's a hole that's there. You know what I'm saying? And the hole is that you don't know who you really are.
Yeah.
You don't know who you're being.
That's a big hole.
And so you keep chasing, trying to fill that up. All trying to cover it up. That's
Listen.
crazy.
Well,
I people that from somebody that's been clapped for before, right? Like somebody's clapped for me and people have told you a lot of good things. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's what people need. Like maybe people need that. So you're like, well, let me get it. Okay, cool. But from somebody that has seen it and seen how shallow or how hollow that it can be, and how many people can say, I love you, I love you, I love you, but really don't care. How many people that say, I'll be with you forever and I'll stay, but they really not. How many people say, I got your back, but then when you turn around they're not there?
yes.
Yeah. I've seen that so much.
Yep.
That for somebody that could really do the clout thing, it's so empty, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying I ever done the clout thing. I hope I haven't. Maybe I have. I think all of us have at some time, point or another.
Nope.
But nope, I never did it.
Nope.
And then let me say this. Clout isn't just arrogance or ego because, I mean, it is, but I do want to say in a different way that it's just like chasing accomplishments.
Yeah, well, you can be a nice clout chaser.
Yeah.
You can be a nice, soft-spoken clout chaser.
Exactly.
You can be a nice clout chaser.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's all about intention.
Right. Because
And
you
if-
think it's the loudest person in the room, but not
Yes.
necessarily.
Yes, and if you watch this, here's clout. You ready? If you need something outside of you to define you from the inside, it's clout.
Yep.
Whatever's on the
Wow.
outside that you're trying to define yourself by, it's
Wow.
clout. That doesn't mean titles and all these different things are bad. But if that's what you need
Right.
to feel needed or feel like you're somebody, that's clout.
Yep.
Listen.
true.
Clout is without.
Hold up. Say it again.
Clout is without.
One more time.
Clout is without.
All
In
right.
other words, outside of you. And whatever you're chasing is outside of you. So our relationship could be clout.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Yeah.
That makes sense,
Absolutely.
right? I need a man.
Man,
I need a man. Or I need a woman.
Absolutely.
I need to be a
Hashtag relationship goals.
Clout.
Clout.
You wildin'. Clout, right?
Clout.
Job positions, money, classification and money, race, all that stuff. I want to be this because they think this, but black people think they more talented over here. White people think they more talented over here. Clout, all this clout. Everything without is clout. Right? Until you solidify what's going on the inside.
Yeah.
Now, everybody in the room needs to check themselves. Everybody listening to this right now needs to kind of check themselves because you might have been clout chasing and you didn't know it. Wow. And then
Crazy.
Watch this. You can work. You can work, and the fuel for your work could be clout, and you don't even know it
Yeah.
because I'm trying to prove that I'm dope.
Yeah.
I learned something today, bro, and it's really it revolutionized the way that I was going that way in a minute, and it changed how I was going really, really quick because you can really be about helping people, and we was having a conversation earlier, or being about doing stuff for people, and that turned into clout.
Yep. Yep, easily.
Because you begin to chase what
yeah.
they need. But Jesus never did it. People think Jesus was about the people. No, he wasn't.
Yep.
Jesus about the mission. No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Jesus was about what the Father wanted. That was a wrap.
Yep.
Jesus closed the door on them people.
Yep.
True.
Because he knew it is in their heart. He also said, beware of men. The same men that he supposed to be going to say, beware of them.
He also said he ain't come to bring peace.
I ain't come to bring peace. Come to the sword. Separate mother from daughter, father from son. Like, who is my mother? Like, he's talking like that because he's not here for that clout.
Right.
I don't need
your definition.
Yeah, I don't need what you're saying on the outside of me to tell me who I am on the inside. Right? You get it?
Don't mean nothing.
So it's an epidemic. We said it, I think, in the Don't About a Hype, but it's a big epidemic. You know, I see it all the time. What form of life you want to go? You want to go to politics? We just said politics. You want to go to church? What you want to go with relationships? What you want to go with jobs? You want to go with finances? You want to go with whatever it is?
And the best place, you know how you can find if you're trying to chase clout somewhere? What are you trying to cover up? Like, deal with yourself personally. And, like, have that moment. What in you are you really trying to cover up that you're trying to fill with something? And whatever you're trying to fill it with, that's that clout chase.
That's clout.
Come take a step back.
That's clout.
What you got to say, dude?
You didn't look up this time, so
yeah, I know, but the breath.
Yeah, cause I don't be wanting to air out stuff, but it is what it is, bro.
It is. It
and
really
so,
is.
and I don't be caring, and so
he don't be caring.
I really don't be caring. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, ain't nobody come try me.
Listen.
And so I was talking to one of my good homegirls, and talking about this. Yeah, one of my homegirls.
My good homegirls.
Because I only got 2 friends.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of them. You are not.
Actually.
I hit the wrong one. That's the one I was looking for right there.
Oh, my God.
And, all right. And so I'll connect you to this as well. All right.
Here we go.
Because, a big thing is about, me and you being single.
Okay.
Right? That's a big thing.
It's a big thing in the church, y'all.
No, I'm not talking about either one of us. Okay. It's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
Overall.
Okay.
In the minds and communications of others.
All right.
And so,
all right, go ahead.
Yeah, not between
mind and communication.
So I was talking to one of my good homegirls, right? And we talking about, why I'm single, whatever, and this and that. And I was like, yo, like, females these days are out, and I won't generalize it so much, but a certain female that I was talking to, I was like, we just don't, we're not on the same vibe. Because, I'm chill low key. I just don't care about, having the latest this or being seen wearing this or that. I don't care about none of that. But I was like, she's so consumed with going here, looking like this, presenting herself like that.
Taking a picture in it.
Yeah, to where it's like, that's just not my vibe. And so we don't mix like that because, like, clout is her thing, but that's just not my thing.
Right.
But it's like every day, and I think, with the changing of the likes, it's going to change the way that a lot of things look on social media.
They're going to switch and find something else with likes.
Oh, they're going to stop posting.
They'll jump on TikTok.
So,
they're going to be like, you better comment.
Yeah, maybe so. But it's like, but you go see a lot of people switch up because now it's not even about the validation that the likes give me, but it's like, who are you really as a person?
And that's what the dude said. He said they were trying to promote, Instagram wants to promote more of connection between family and friends and get to the genuine part of it.
Yeah.
Like, that was the point of it, because that was the point initially.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy, bro. See, the clout now, don't know the homegirl, so I'm speaking totally candid right now. If you're watching this and you know that's you, then just make it change your life.
That's what it is, bro.
Right? But it's full of insecurity.
Yes.
Clout
Facts.
Clout
100%.
is clout 100%. Clout is a cover up for insecurity. You're trying to cover the hole up.
Yep.
And Jesus starts to tell us that you're more than enough just the way that you are. I mean, you can go to the person after person after person after person, and he says, yo, your faith, he even told the Pharisees, and they were trying to kill him. They didn't want to trying to hem him up. And he was like, yo, the kingdom of God within you.
Yeah.
Fill that hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got this hole that you're doing all these steps and these laws and these steps trying to do all these good things to be good for these people. We talked about in another episode. They used to write the word on it, tattooed on their face. It's clout, man.
Yeah.
It's all clout, and so it's insecurities, right? It's holes in the soul. It's a hole in your soul.
I got a scripture for you.
Go.
So when we read the original definition and we was talking about the cloth being put over something that has a hole, it made me think about Matthew 9:16.
What'd it
No
say?
man put a new cloth.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
On the old garment, right?
Over an old garment.
Yeah.
Right.
As
Okay.
a patch.
Yes, let's think
because-
about old insecurities. So you could say no one would put new clout over that insecurity.
But that's what they've been trying to do. And it says the old cloth is going to make the new one old.
Yep. And it's
Which
going to
means-
rip it. That's what it says. It's
Gonna make
going to
it rip.
tear
God, dog.
worse.
Wow.
And that's why you see so many people,
Outcome.
quote unquote, rise and then fall so hard.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Because cloud is a cloud.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, you can't stand on it.
Yeah.
I said it before, though. Clout is like cotton candy.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so. You ever had cotton candy before?
it's
And I'm not no
nasty.
this. Cotton candy is that. And it's like air. You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
And it's great, but it's like it has no substance.
It's
but
fluff.
it's so big. Like it's so. You
So
know what I'm saying?
fluffy.
But it's like so fluffy.
But then it's like nothing at all, really.
But it's nothing at all. It melts with water.
I'm about to say you throw a little water on that thing, it's gone.
Done.
Over with.
You know,
Listen.
and I just, it's that whole process. It's an ongoing thing.
Sheesh.
It's been since the beginning of time. You can read it all through the Bible, and you can see it all through everybody's lives. Now we're gonna be looking at people sideways tomorrow.
Right.
We're
Us
like,
straight ways.
Straight ways for sure.
clout. There's even like somebody sent me shout out to Swag. He sent me this. The scripture says having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Yep.
That's clout.
Yep.
So you're so busy walking in the form. Well, God, my daddy.
Looking like it,
Yeah, he might. Oh.
Boy,
Come with it.
come on.
I might have said this before, but I'll say it again. Most of what we call worship and praise is clout.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if
Why
you
not
said it
you?
on the podcast yet.
I don't know. It's clout chasing. God, you're worthy. He knows.
That's hard.
God, you're great. He knows. You're worthy to be magnified. He knows. Right? He knows, right? So, what are you doing?
Right.
You chasing clout.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate.
What most would never do alone, first of all.
They'll never do it alone. Most of them don't do it alone. I could tell.
Right.
They don't, right. It's the ultimate brown nose. I want to use another phrase, but I can't.
I
It's rated G.
think brown nose gets the point across.
Brown nose, butt kiss. It's the ultimate dad. Like, God, and then he gonna protect me. God, and he gonna bless me. But what's funny about it, we were singing in church today. We was like, "We love you, Lord. We love you, Lord." And I was like, no matter how many times we say this, he knows our heart.
I'm about to say, don't make it no more true.
Like he know if you lying or not. You said
True.
it 10 times. I must really believe it now.
Why?
No, he know
And
if you lying.
That's how Matthew 6.
Because
How
if
many
you
times
love
you gonna
me,
say
you
it?
keep my commandments. If you
You
right?
gonna just repeat yourself? You the same people.
You gonna-
He talk
oh,
about the cloud people in
Vain
Matthew 6.
repetitions.
Yeah.
Vain repetitions. Matthew 6 talked about that. Vain repetitions. Clout. I had to deal with that a couple times this week and last week. It's just everybody wants to do things for clout. They do things. Clout make you do stuff all out of order.
True.
All ahead of time, all after time. It's just doggone clout. Clout, because you want somebody to pat you on the back. Then what?
Yeah.
They didn't pat you on the back. Now what?
You looking for another pat?
Now you need a pat. Now you need another pat. Now you're a puppy. You need somebody to like
you're a
rub
pat
you like
addict.
Right.
You'll never know who you are unless somebody says you're good enough.
Ooh.
It's cloud. It's cotton candy, right?
What you got to say, Nikki?
No, I'm just thinking.
What? That's
You
tough.
never know who
That's
you
tough.
are
You don't know who you are
until
And it's-
somebody say you good enough.
until
That's
somebody says you're good
real.
enough. You don't know who
From
you are.
like 5-year-olds up.
Yeah, you don't know who you are till somebody outside of you says you're good enough. When in
Yeah.
actuality, what's inside of you saying you've already been good enough. You've always been. It's not. See, clout is without, right? So clout is the same thing as trying to do good for clout is equal to doing bad for whatever. Like all that stuff is on the outside. That's why God is so easily can forgive us because He knows it's on the outside, right? All that stuff equals out to the same stuff. Good and evil, it all cancels each other out. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that matters is life. That makes sense to y'all?
Yeah.
And so you're waiting for somebody to tell you, okay, now I dub you knight, right? I'm a knight before you made me a knight. I was a this before you recognized me as that.
Yeah.
Right? Because I remember Jesus. I remember John the Baptist didn't walk with Jesus because he didn't like what he was saying at first. He couldn't really get with it because he was talking a little different. So John is in jail now, and I guess jail is a very humbling place.
Yeah.
So it's not till he's in
Got a
jail.
lot of time to think.
Right. He sends disciples go ask, are you, like you the one that had been talking about?
Are you the one?
Or should we look for another? And he said it. He said, listen. He said, go tell John all the stuff that you've seen.
Hold on. What do you do if you clout Jason in this moment?
If you clout chase?
Yeah.
Oh, if he come and say, are you the one? Yeah, go tell him I'm the one. It's going down.
Yeah.
I'm the one you've been looking for. Tell him and tell all your friends, tell everybody on the way that I'm the one you've been looking for.
Yep. Or maybe go yourself and tell them.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like even with our, we've been clout conditioned. So most of our thinking has been conditioned for clout.
That's true.
Come on, y'all. We got to find ourselves. This is going a whole nother place than I thought it was going to go.
You're gonna break that down.
We've been conditioned for clout, so we think we like. Imagine this, right? Like if Jesus would have said it, right? Now I want to answer me quick, right? If Jesus said, "Yeah, I'm the one you're looking for," would you have thought it was clout?
No.
You'd have been like, "Cool," but it's still clout.
Yeah, I would have been like, facts.
But because it's Jesus, we think, well, cool. Jesus could say that, right? But that ain't the function. You get it?
Right.
So if anybody could have said it, he would have said it, and he didn't. I'm not saying he never said I'm he. Because another time he said I am he.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, even when he read Isaiah in the church or whatever,
He said, fulfilling your
Yeah.
heart. But it was just a way that he
said
did it.
it,
Like he did like even John. So now he back to John. He never says I'm he, but he says it another way. He says, tell John. Go tell John what you see in here. He said, the dead raised, the blind here, the deaf. I mean, the deaf here, the blind eyes are open. Like all these different things are happening.
Right.
And he said, don't let nobody be offended in me. Right?
Yeah.
He never said I'm he, but he's like, yo,
just go tell them what's
You
happening.
can see
this
what's
what's
happening.
up. Now,
See that?
which leads me to a point.
It
You
is
ready?
what it is. Right.
And this is what has been, and I think your Super Saiyan is gonna kick up. Like your power gonna kick in. Like your
Okay. So,
when you
Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, right. Dragon Ball Z reference. When you calm down and shut up and do the work.
Yeah.
Be who you are and do the work. Now, social media, conversations, preaching sometimes, like certain things will make you think that you're getting something accomplished. But I know that, sometimes I would tweet something and think I did something. And then people give a couple likes and they retweet. And I feel good, but then I'd be like, did that really hit home? Am I changed? Am I changing or am I pointing at somebody? And it's very easy to make you think that stuff is going on. But if you just shut up and be.
Yep.
Shut up and be, right?
Yep.
We're going to do a shirt. You hear me, Jam? So say shut up and be. So we're going to make that tomorrow. So by the time they hear this, we already get it. Shut up and be, right? Because if you shut up and be, nobody could ever discredit who you are.
Yep.
So you can talk. We can fuss about titles. We can fuss about it. We do it all the time with basketball, football. Who the greatest? Like we can fuss about all that. Start throwing the numbers out there. That don't matter. What can't nobody take away from anybody that we put in discussion is they great.
Yeah.
But not because of a name or a team, or it's just they shut up and they be. You get what I'm saying?
To me,
They got proof.
The
There's
greatest.
proof. That guy, he opened. Go ahead. I'm sorry, because I got so many in the show. Go ahead.
I was about to say some of the greatest people to watch, and I'm thinking about like music artists, when they're really good to watch and the experience is dope, is when they would be doing this if you wasn't in the room. It's like they're so like they in their moment.
Right.
Like you hear, it has nothing to do with the fact.
Amazon or not?
Yeah, they were doing it before you. They'll be doing it after you.
Like the dude we saw in New Orleans, I don't know, I can't remember his name. The dude we saw in New Orleans that was doing all the stuff
Oh yeah.
from overseas.
Oh, Jacob Collier?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if nobody was there
He's
that
gonna do
night,
it.
Right.
he was gonna kill
What?
that
He's
junk.
gonna
In
do it.
that white, he had a white
Right,
T-shirt on, some joggers look like.
Regardless, man. Regardless. And I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's
are
the greatness, really, because you be like, wait, wow, like you're so drawn.
You connect to the being.
that.
You connect to the being.
Right.
You could, the being is the only true connector. You can't connect with Clout. Clout is a fake connection.
Come on.
All right.
We got some sound bites in this one too.
Oh,
boy.
yes.
Cloud is a
Tweets.
fake connection, right? but being is the real connector, right? And I can go story after story. He talked to that blind man. I love this. He talked not the blind man. There's another one. He talked to the one at the pool of Bethesda and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he said, he picked up his bed. Jesus told him to take up his bed and walk. He took his bed. He walking. They come all the time. It's a Sabbath.
That's a good one.
It's a Sabbath. You're not supposed to be carrying. You're not supposed to be working on the Sabbath. In other words, stop, sit down. Like they want him to tell him that's been sitting for 38 years waiting for the pool, and maybe not in that particular spot, but he's back over there, been sitting for all this because he couldn't do nothing else. And you're trying to tell me to sit back down. First of all, I'm not sitting back down because I just got up.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Right.
So you're not about to put me in the position that I was in.
Facts.
Right? All right, but then you're going to tell me, put down my bed, don't do no work today, right? But I couldn't do no work no other day. And the day I have the power to do work, I don't care what day it is.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing he said was, they said, well, who told you to pick up your bed? He said, the one that made me whole told me to pick this bed up. And I heard it different the other day when I read it because at one time I thought he was just answering them. But this time I realized he was saying, I'm going to listen to the one that made a difference in me and showed me some proof versus the one that keep telling me this but ain't doing nothing for me and walking by me every day.
Yeah.
I got another one. Remember the blind boy? The boy, I think he was blind from his birth, right? And he was blind, and they, all this stuff, and Jesus heals him, right? There's a whole other set of the story talking about who sinned and all that. He heals him. So now he's walking. They said, "Who opened your eyes? Who's this?" They told him. He said it was, it's the one. I don't know if he said Jesus, but he just said who the one is.
Yeah.
He said, "But that man a sinner." He said, "Listen, I don't know if he a sinner or not. All I know is I once was blind, but now I can see." They called his mom in there because they're like, has he been blind? They're trying to disprove. He been blind from his birth. He said, listen. He said, not from the beginning of time until now have y'all seen the record of somebody being blind and getting their eyes saved. Like, it is the total
That's crazy.
shut up and be.
Yeah.
It, you know what I'm saying? It's the total, I don't care what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
When being comes in, everybody recognizes being, which makes me feel some kind of way about what we do in life as a whole. Politics, church, music, whatever. I mean, any kind of, right? It makes me wonder what we're doing because they followed Jesus because of manifestation.
Right.
And it doesn't mean everybody that followed him for a good reason.
Right. Yeah, people that was just
He stopped those
Some
people.
people following
who,
just trying to get another meal.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
You know what I'm saying? Or
And he
trying to get
stopped
some more
them.
wine. When they gonna do wine again today? You know what I'm saying? Like, so right, but there was a following. They say his fame went out through Jerusalem because of what he was manifesting,
Yeah.
not necessarily what he was talking about. So even when he talked, it was explaining who he was. There's no greater love than this man to lay down his life for a friend, and there's nothing realer than putting your money where your mouth at.
Yep,
Right.
Yep.
Or saying die and then actually doing it. It's amazing. No clout.
Yep.
I don't need. Are you the king of the Jews? He said, y'all said that. They come running and said, good master. He said, why you call me good? Ain't nothing good but one.
Yeah.
Like this is the conversation. This is the conversation versus the ones that's following him. They say, who gonna be the greatest among us? Right? They always ask him, who gonna be the greatest?
Always
And he didn't even point on them. He was like, yo, see over here? You know what I'm saying? The woman come back and say, can my son sit on your right hand and your left hand? They're trying to get a position.
Be humble.
Still.
Sit down, right? like you're trying to get a position. And because you're trying to get a position, you forfeit the power. You think the power is in the position.
Yep.
And you're losing.
It's true. A lot of people think that. To this day.
You losing, though.
That's why you see so many people, try to be doctors, lawyers, get these, councilmen, state representatives, trying to get all these different offices and titles because they think that validates them or that gives them some certain level of clout to be looked at a certain way in, various communities or whatever. But it's like, at the core, who are you, though?
Who are you?
Most people couldn't answer that question.
And what's changing?
Right.
What are you, I was reading, anybody, if you read Tozer, he's my favorite author.
A.W. Tozer.
But he said he asked this guy that, like, what are you here for? and he said, like the typical thing, like his career choice, what he was going after. So he was like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, he was like, you're going to do that career. You probably going to get married. You probably going to have some kids. But what's your purpose? Because all that stuff is like, it's going to come and it's going to go.
But don't we think that's purpose?
He had no answer after that. Yeah, we do.
We think that, like, people really think once they get, and I'm not saying get money, man. Like, money is a good thing.
Climb up the chain.
You know what I'm saying? Even relationship, marriage, all that stuff is good stuff if you do it the proper way, right? But don't. That's all those things before. What you have to seek first is what?
The kingdom of God.
The king's domain. Where's the king domain? In me.
Within you.
It's my being. It's an identity. The kingdom is an identity. And if I don't find that first, then I'm going to find all the other stuff and start building my house on the sand. All that stuff is talking about the same thing. I'll show you another cloud. You know what I tell you? It made me think about it. The parable of the talents. Watch this. Clout comes in all kind of shapes and sizes. Clout even comes in the form of false humility.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
Yep.
I prove it to you. 2 5. You come back. He said, now you don't hear none of them. I don't even know if in the parable they talk. They talk. They said we got another one. They wasn't talking a lot. Here, you gave me 5, I made 5 more. You gave me 2, I gave 2 more. Then he started talking to them. He started rewarding them. This guy had so much to say and didn't do nothing. But he had the longest dissertation. Well, I know you was a hard man, and I know you this and this and that. I know, and so here it is.
Yep.
Same.
And then he received his reward. You wicked and you get slothful, cast out in the weeping, gnashing of teeth. That's clout. You even try to hide what you have, and then try to talk your way out of it. That's clout. That's crazy. What you saying?
That's that patch.
Cover up. I'm trying to cover up. Trying to cover up. Don't cover it up. Trying to cover it up.
That's
what
a
I
good
love
example.
about Jesus is that he eliminates excuses and he makes you own it.
Yep.
And I don't care how you feel about yourself. I don't care how you feel about anybody else. I make you own it. I make you own your bull, and then I make you own your being. And you got to own your bull first before you can own your being.
Yep.
So I'm just go ahead and say it that I'm and I don't even know. They call them. That's how they say in the old church. They got sins of omission and commission. Like something you don't know. So I'm just gonna say, right now that I'm just repenting for my clout chasing.
Yeah.
Repent means change my mind. Like whatever in my mind, I'm changing it from anything that I don't need validation from anybody on the outside. That doesn't mean I don't respect anybody on the outside. Don't get that because now people go, I don't need no. Nope, that's not what I'm saying. But anything on the outside of me that's not furthering the truth about what God said on the inside of me, they're trying to either make me chase clout or they're trying to be clout. And I don't want to do with that.
Yep.
And I'm catching myself for all the cloutish ways too. We do different things, man. We do, and I do music, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can get caught up in that.
Yeah.
Seeing how many people how many views you got on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That you see, you don't get a lot, now you feel like your stuff ain't dope no more. It was just as dope as it was when you did it and it made you scream when nobody was in the room. It's just as dope.
Yeah.
But you submitted it to the outside. That's why sometimes, man, it was hard for me to put stuff out. I see why it is now. It's hard for me to put stuff out because you have to submit it to the masses, right? And then you're subject to what they got to say about you. But it changed me, though. Because I'm going to submit to the masses without caring.
Yep.
Like, I don't.
Because you know what you're supposed to be doing,
I don't
regardless.
Nope. I don't want no awards.
It ain't for nobody. It ain't for nobody else, bro.
Let it go. Let it go, man.
You know what I'm thinking,
But
too?
you didn't make it for them anyway.
Didn't. Matter of fact, when I listened back to my songs, I was talking to myself anyway.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it till like
Honestly,
a year later or whatever. You know what I'm
it's really for those who hear it. Actually.
Those have ears to hear.
Yeah, Jesus wasn't talking to everybody either.
Whoever got ears to hear.
He knew that. That's fine. Like, you could be in the crowd, or you could be having me on your timeline, but it might not even be
Just
for
because
you.
a million people hear you don't mean that they hear you.
Most of the time, they not.
Oh.
Probably about 100
They
people
were
out of
so
that.
busy chasing clout that they couldn't hear the reality about themselves. That's the mystery.
Yeah.
Clout is the key to the cover up, bro. Like it's hidden because you full of clout. Dude, that's big, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're chasing. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like
I'm
dude,
waiting for you
like,
to say it, bro.
hey, like you're chasing all the clout.
He's struggling getting it out.
He
Yeah,
like,
because that's why it's a mystery.
Yeah.
It's a mystery because you think that what you saw is it.
right? I see
You're
you.
so busy chasing that you can't even see that it's you. It's like a dog chasing his tail. Like you don't even see that it's you. I want the
God,
world
if
to
you didn't-
know that it's you.
Yep.
I want everybody to hear and everybody to see that it's you. You. Listen, when you realize that it's you that you've been looking for, then all identity crisis, all depression, all kind of feelings or whatever, you're chasing stuff, it'll be over because it's you.
You know what got me thinking?
This is so simple, man.
No, I just connected something. Is it says where your heart is, that's where your treasure is.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of times we are trying to gather treasure for things on earth, all of this cloud that we're talking about,
Although he
and that's
says
where
we
your
have
heart
treasure in
is. So it
heaven.
started to make me think love would actually be the remedy for cloud chasing.
Absolutely would.
You know what I'm saying? Like loving Christ in you, knowing who you are, it would come back to love.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
And then in return, you're loving your neighbor. And in return, you're building your treasure up on something above what's on earth.
What you want to say, bro?
Why are you making that?
That was good, Nikia.
But yeah,
That was good. What? That was
You-
good.
you-
your
something
face
you
was
like,
like you about to go across the table.
Nah, I was about to, but that was good though.
Yeah.
That was good.
What's
What
the
you about to say?
follow-up?
We waiting on it,
I was
bro.
about to say that's what he said, but I was like, that's good.
Wait, did you say that?
I
No.
didn't say those exact words.
In those exact words, yeah, but
You
it's
never
like-
said
We
love
the
at
same
all.
thing. We said, I
It's
didn't
the
say
same
that.
thing though. But that's why I say it's cool. It's like it's good.
Well, I
It's
think
one.
it's-
It's one.
It's one. It's one. Because
Yeah.
because there's
I-
somebody
but I
that didn't
think
hear
it's
it the way he said
perspective.
it,
Yeah,
but they
the
get it from that way.
perspective. Right,
So chill out.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
chill out, bro.
Hey.
Wait, why you telling me
Shucks.
chill out? You loud.
Because you coming at me like
Hey,
you trying to defend your point.
hey,
I'm
hey,
like, cool.
hey,
I'm not
hey,
though.
I gave you props, yo.
Hey,
Wait, you on your
I'm
own
gonna need
on
less
this
of
one.
y'all.
You get a
I
point
felt
for
it
that
coming. I
one.
felt it coming.
Give
I
me
felt it
one
coming.
clap. Give me one
I
clap.
felt it coming.
Give me one clap.
I wasn't loud
but
though.
really
it's
just
dope. It's
less of
dope.
her.
It's dope. It's dope. Because watch
Honestly,
this. What's the
I was
greatest commandment?
fine.
What's the greatest commandment?
Love.
Love the Lord your God, all your
Yeah.
heart, your mind, your soul. Second, love your neighbor like yourself. Kills all clout.
Yep.
It kills all clout. You have no room to be chasing something for yourself. Mm-hmm. Because it kills the clout.
All right.
Right? This and love, right, is an identity.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a person. God is.
Love you.
And if you knew that you were one with, see, this is about the answer. I am one with God. Y'all want to say it? I am one with
I am
God.
one
I am
with
one with
God.
God, right? Right? Because
With
I am one with
God.
God, I don't need anything else outside of me.
Exactly.
That means that everything else outside of me is just one with God connecting with another one with God, which is one with God. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's not diminishing and it's not adding, it's wanting.
Yeah.
Because
Not winning, wanting.
Winning. I
Yeah.
got you, bro. I
Wanting.
got you, bro.
That's a shirt, bro.
I got you, bro.
That's a shirt.
Because what else?
Gear
What else?
coming up.
What else is there
Good question.
outside of him?
Right? Nothing.
Outside of you? What else is there?
A figment of your imagination. It becomes the fragments of your reality.
That's good.
There's
Yeah.
nothing but God and good.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So we got to drop the cloud
Yeah.
because the cloud is out. And your power, right? Stop trying to get people to clap for you because Matthew 6 talking about, he said, don't do your own, don't do it in front of people.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like stop trying to stand up and get people to clap for you. Because that's going to be your reward. And what
Right.
was really supposed to happen for you won't happen.
Right.
Because that's what you were looking for, so that's what you're going to reap. You
Yep.
sowed a seed of cloud, you're going to reap cloud.
Ouch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And never going to get out.
Yep.
Right.
Right? They said when you pray, go into your prayer closet. Go into your closet. And don't pray outside with vain repetition and all that. And don't pray all loud because that's what they're looking for. Right?
Right.
He said, but go in your closet. And then when he sees you praying in secret, he going to reward you. Now watch this. How you going to reward you?
Openly.
In the open. The same thing that them jokers were chasing for clout, he going to give you all the.
Easy. Easy.
So Jesus never went
Chasing
around talking about, hey,
what?
I'm the one. Look for me. I'm
Yeah.
the one. Jesus.com. Right? Never did it, right?
bro.
Never did it, right?
That's so
bro.
good. True.
Yo, that's tough. I'm talking to myself right now. know what I'm saying? He never did it.
Jesus.com.
Jesus.com, right? It'd probably be Jesus.
My next miracle will be on
Launching on date.
On March 16th.
Nah, that's funny, though. That's funny.
I don't get that one. 316. Come on. I didn't get that one.
That's
The
good.
next miracle will be on March 16th.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Come on, man.
Cute.
I was reaching.
It was cute.
All that. Hey, don't know about that. See, I'm futuristic. Y'all catch in the future.
That was
y'all
corny.
take the clout.
So that was corny as hell, bro.
Y'all take the clout. I got the real.
Oh my God.
All right, Jam, make him a shirt with March 16th.
Hey, put March 16th on that when Jesus
Sound
coming
like
back.
some Christian album
Hey.
coming out.
I got the word for Jesus coming back on March 16th, 2020.
Oh, Lord, I ain't got that much time. Hold on. Let me I got some things I need to do before that.
No,
you don't.
Jesus
You
is not. I
don't.
don't know when he comes back. I'm gonna take that sound by me like, yeah, he said,
Look what they talk about.
look what they talking about, right? See, look,
God.
blasphemy. Shut it down. Blasphemy.
Can't.
So, hey, no more clout.
No more clout.
No more.
Can we?
No more clout.
Yeah, no, that's a new song.
Clout is out. No more clout.
I'm not in agreement with this.
Clout is out. No more clout.
All right.
Clout is out. No more. No more. No more. No more. No more. No clout.
Hey, I got better at the end.
Son,
Yeah.
was there ever any doubt? Because we ain't
was.
even chasing the clout. Because the clout is without. So please shut your mouth.
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 Would have been a doper way to say it.
Get your mouth.
He said it
I
properly.
know some people that say mouth.
Your
I
mouth.
did.
But look at your mouth.
My English teachers taught me better.
Mouth.
I feel that.
No, so that's dope, y'all.
And mouth has a different connotation.
Mouth.
Mouth. Does it? Oh
It
my
does.
God.
So we out.
Oh, wow.
It's a rhyme, see?
We out with no
Nah,
clout.
we done. So, yeah, we think we killed the cloud enough?
I think
I
so.
think it's
I
dead.
just can't stand cloud, bro. Like,
I think they thinking about it.
well, everybody just take a
So
assessment of themselves.
where do you think it comes from? Like, when do you think it
the
generated?
ultimate cloud chaser? Well, we know the Bible. If we read the Bible, we know who the ultimate cloud chaser was, right?
Yeah. I'm talking about in life, like from day one, like since you were born, like where do you think the clout entered, or where do you think you started being influenced to chase the clout? Not just you specifically,
In
but
the stomach.
as people.
In the stomach.
Think in the stomach?
Absolutely. Everybody in the stomach. Because this is what it was about. It's always been about clout.
Okay.
Even
What you trying to say is-
even the good people.
No, I'm trying to say
Is he answering?
Even the good people.
systemically, like
Yeah,
where did it?
systemically, even the good people. You know, I believe my parents were great people. You know what I'm saying? I believe they trained me right. I appreciate all the training, right? But I know on the inside of there's still some clout.
Okay.
It ain't gotta be the
Yeah.
it ain't that, it's just clout. Like we anything that you get on, once again, anything that you think you have to get on the outside to make you something on the inside is clout. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, I don't care if it's an A on a test. I don't care if it's a whatever. I think if they got rid of A's and B's and C's and D's and F's, you might have better performance because you're not chasing these letters.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but I made a lot of A's on a lot of tests and I ain't learned nothing.
Yeah.
Right now, the illusion is that we need a judgment, we need a scale,
There are some
and-
schools challenging that thought.
and I get it.
Private schools.
But I
Progressive.
I kind of get it. I
Yeah,
kind of get it because I
progressive
do.
learning.
But there's other ways to monitor. I think even if they had A's, B's, C's, D's, and F's, and weren't so dogmatic about them, and weren't saying F is for failure, or like you whack if you got right. If we looked at it from a form of we need to work on a little bit more with this because this is where it is, but this doesn't really say who you are.
Yeah.
You're not a D student.
Right.
Right? You just maybe you got to learn a little bit more in this subject, and then it'd be funny because how do you have all A's in math but like D's and F's in biology or something like that? Right? Or maybe you don't like it. Like maybe that's not what you gifted for. right? Can we get rid of the system? It's a system that we pick it up, even if it's not at home per se, and sometimes it's not necessarily at home. I'm not shouting. I'm not trying to down nobody's parents, but even then, when we get to school, it's ingrained in us for 13 years, from kindergarten to 12.
Yeah.
And don't
That's
talk
what
about,
I was going to say when you asked that question.
And then
that
you start watching the shows. You start
ranks.
then when we was coming up, when the big thing was bling bling, like it was so now you got
Every time I come out,
change in the cars. If you ain't got no rims, I remember I bought some rims, and I bought a 12-inch Pioneer speaker, boy, platinum, boy, right? Couldn't understand none of the words that was playing on the song because the bass was too loud. But I wanted the people on the outside to hear me, right? Now, most of the time, you didn't want to play it too loud because the people on the outside knew you had it and they trying to steal it from you, right? Which is the most idiotic thing, again, right? But you just wanted people to know. So you get the rims, because you wanted everybody to know. I knew jokers that had rims and speakers and didn't have no air conditioning, right? Like their transmission was bad.
True, yeah.
Real talk, their transmission got worse because the rims they got was too big for the car they had. But it's just clout. It's clout. It's clout. I know people that go into debt. I know people that buy houses. I know people that buy cars. I know people that do all this different stuff for clout. It's an epidemic.
Yeah.
I was listening to something today, and it was like the Gary Vee thing, and he said it's not until we realize that happiness is the true currency, right? And I'm with it with the happiness, but I think it's some other things a little deeper. But it's not until we realize that it's not about all those other things will we get rid of the depression and the insecurities and all that, because all those are rooted from that. Because you don't have it, you're not somebody. We even say, what's your net worth? What's your self worth? How much you worth? Really? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, and I'm not. Once again, I look. No problem with money. Money is great.
Right.
Things are great. Positions are great. Titles are great. Right.
Yeah.
But which way? What's your perspective? And what's the positioning with you?
Yeah.
You get it? Because once again, Matthew 6, he says, "Take no thought what you." Then he says, "You can't serve God and money." He's talking about it all there because he's trying to make a point. You can't be God and look for clout. Right. And then he says, "But seek first, kingdom of God." And then he said, he doesn't even, all these things that you're trying to get the clout will be added because it's going to come from you.
Right.
It all comes from you in the first place. Some people are hitting that and not hitting it. Some people are hitting it in hitting that idea. They're getting it in business, but they're not getting it at the house.
Right.
Some people are hitting it with their families, but they're not hitting it with their business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it becomes, and all your issues and problems come from just clout, man.
Got a clout imbalance.
And so what's the cure to clout? You ready?
Love.
Right.
Love, right? And no greater love than this is what?
That a man should lay down his
Lay
life.
down his life
for a friend.
The key to clout is crucifixion. That's what he's saying. He said, ain't nobody gave up houses and lands and mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters and wives and children.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Like, one thing you're lacking, go sell what you got that you done built, because we called you a rich young ruler because it had to be something that you had. Go sell that. And then come follow me, and I'm going to show you who you really are.
Yeah.
You've been living your life for clout up until now. And now when you meet Jesus, he shows you that none of that matters, and this is who you really are. It's not about you having things. You can have things.
Right.
But I need you to have things and not things to have.
You.
Yep.
Clout.
Yep.
I didn't know it was that deep. We first started talking about it, I didn't know it was that.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that serious, but it is. Right? And
Maybe
maybe that's
he
why.
had things.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, 'cause he had things.
Yeah, but he had them. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And not only did he have things, but then this guy started creating things.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, he didn't even go into the bag to pay the taxes.
All right.
He was like, watch this. I'm not even going to the bag. Just go catch a fish.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He knew Peter could catch fish, too. So he was like, I'm about to show you something today. You thought you saw something last
You
time?
ain't never
You
seen
ain't never seen it like this. Go catch a fish.
I'm going to hit him with this one.
And it was so strong because they never even finished the story. Never said, and Peter came back with the fish and that. Nope. It was like, that's it. What you thought?
Yep. Everything else taken care of.
Crazy. It's done.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think so. Meeting Jesus kills the clout. And it unleashes the power.
Yeah.
The power. The power is so humble. True power.
Yep.
And it doesn't need the boosting.
Right.
I don't need a platform.
It don't need it, bro. It don't need it. It actually becomes the platform, right? It's change. It's actually effective. You know, so to hell with the clout. That's the name. That's gonna be the title.
To hell with the clout.
To hell with the
I
clout.
like it. I like it.
Dope.
To hell with
like
the
it.
clout or to hell with clout?
To hell with clout.
To hell with clout.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, it don't matter. The duh or not the duh.
True.
Yeah. To the hell with
But
the
okay, looking at that perspective, let's go, like you say, back to day one.
Okay.
Let's go to Satan.
Okay.
Cloud chasing.
Cloud chaser.
Right.
He got cast down. Pride coming right before what?
The fall.
Yeah, he got cast down.
Because he was chasing the cloud.
Chasing the cloud. I want to be the man.
Right.
We all won.
Yep.
It's the illusion of separation that
To
is
hell with
the
the
birth
cloud.
is the birth of cloud.
Right.
The illusion of separation
Yeah.
is the birth of the cloud.
The illusion. I heard Kanye say something the other day that's dope when he was doing I forgot it was tech something talk, but he said he made a statement. He says the illusion of competition. That's what it really is. You know, we watch sports. It's the illusion of competition. Everybody gets paid. Nobody actually
point that
lost.
out.
Like nobody,
Right.
everybody actually gained, literally,
Yeah.
on that night. It's the illusion of competition.
All right.
Who won the award? Who won the Grammy? Who won the whatever? All 5 of y'all sold 1 million records plus. So who really won and lost? It's the illusion. Team Apple, Team PC. Both of them $1 billion companies. Who's losing, bro?
Right.
But the illusion of competition get you riled up. And you on such and such team, so you done bought the jerseys. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying cool. I like that. Yeah, it's fun.
Go
when you know it's fun. Go Tigers. Bold tie. Hey.
Oh my God.
Right? It's fun.
I like that.
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun when you know what I'm saying? But you got to know that it's fun.
Right.
So like you're playing a video game, you know that it ain't real. So don't go
Right.
get a gun and start shooting other people, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
another
PSA.
message, right? Right, like, right? It's a game.
Right,
And
right.
You teach people that it's a game. So the illusion of competition. So I'll say the illusion of separation makes you think you need something.
Yeah. Yep.
Was have incomplete people marrying incomplete people and then have an incomplete one,
Yep. Ouch.
All day.
right?
Find yourself.
Or incomplete people getting incomplete careers and having incomplete, validity. Like they're just
Yeah,
incomplete.
yeah.
Find yourself.
Because of the illusion of separation. Not just because the flower hasn't blossomed into everything it's supposed to be doesn't mean it's not that flower.
Right.
True.
So patience says be patient with yourself and know who you are. Know yourself. Shout out to Drake, right? You don't know yourself, right? Yeah, right? Like,
And go through that process.
and go through the process because the process is where the fun is.
Yeah.
It's where the building is, where the confidence comes for your being. If I skip you, if I skip you, I'm going to put you in a place that you're really not confident to hold.
Yep.
Because you'll know that I skipped you. You're not to be dependent on me. Oh, God.
You don't know what it took to get here.
God didn't intend on having dependence.
That's true.
God didn't intend on having dependence.
If I made you in my image and my likeness and gave you dominion and blessed you at 1st and then told you to be and be fruitful and multiply and you replenish the earth and you name all the animals, if I gave you me and everything that is about me, I did not intend on you coming back to me asking me to do it for you.
Right.
Now, I know there's rocks coming at the computer right now. There's people throwing rocks at their headphones right now. They listen to the podcast.
Keep them in your pocket.
Not really, though. It's so clear.
Well, it's clear, but those the people that want to hold on to their clout gonna throw it because they don't know anything but clout. They're so blind they think clout is vision.
Yeah.
A lot of people have visions and 5-year goals and dreams. It's nothing but clout,
Yep.
and they don't know it. It's nothing but cotton candy. As soon as the rain comes, it's over with. Because there's no foundation, there's no effectiveness in it.
Right.
No substance.
He didn't create you to be a dependent.
True.
I bet if we go back and read that,
Walk with him.
he would go back and read that. They didn't say Adam asked God.
Right.
I don't remember. I'm trying to go through the story right now, y'all. So we'll do a little research, right? But I don't remember God ever saying anything else. The next thing goes on with now they talking to the serpent, and they getting some other understanding somewhere else, and then the conversation picks up after that, after they done messed up,
Right.
and tried to choose to be something without him. But you already connected. All you just got to do is be. But now we have to praise and pray and do all these different things to try to validate, which all that turns into clout after a while if you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
I'll say it again.
True.
If you don't know who you are and you haven't been validated in your being of who you really are, not as a child of God, so God protecting you, but you're one with God. If you don't know that, your worship, your prayer, your words, your studying, all that is clout. It's cotton candy. That's why you hadn't been getting any effectiveness out of it. Right? He didn't create you to be a dependent. Right? Because he knew that we were one. Right? Now, the idea of depending on God is a big thing. And I get it. But you're depending on your oneness with him. Not on him coming and do something, because otherwise we just babies forever.
Right.
Ain't no growing up. Ain't no grow up into him in all things. Ain't no maturity. Ain't no perfection. You can't do that. How you going to grow up but still be a baby? You can't do it.
Can't.
It talk about don't be children. Toss to and fro with every wind of clout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doctrine, all that. That's clout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all get that?
Yeah.
He didn't create. He didn't intend to create dependence.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Shoot, your mama can't even claim you on their taxes at a certain age.
No.
God, dog, at a certain age, that's over with. You can't be a dependent your whole life.
Right. Right.
True or not true?
That's true. At a certain
If you
point,
being evil
you gotta do it on your. You gotta
have
do
that kind of
this.
relationship with your children, how much more is your father? He not create you to be a dependent until you 90.
So real.
At some point, you got to get out this house.
At somebody, you got to get out this house and go build one.
Yep.
Yeah. Go be fruitful and multiply, replenish.
Yep.
Identity.
That's the truth.
Identity, y'all. So I'm going to go back and listen to this so I can talk to myself. So RedIn30, RedIn30.com.
To hell with the hype.
To hell with the hype. To hell with the clout.
Oh yeah, the cloud.
It's part 2 of Don't Buy the Hype,
Yeah,
I would say.
don't buy the hype.
honestly.
To hell with the clout.
Yeah.
Yeah, to hell with the clout. And so RedIn30.com, make sure you go listen. It's a 30-day reading, so get in. We started the cycle a couple days ago. When you hear this, it's going to be about 5 or 6 days after. Jump in. We got the podcast, the Gospels RedIn30 podcast, where we got the reading every day, the 3 chapters a day. We have this RedIn30 podcast. You subscribe on Apple, Google, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Email us RedIn30, the word spelled out, at gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RedIn3030.
You got
Right?
it.
Like RedIn30. Y'all
That's
good?
everything. Yeah.
All right, cool. If you want a RedIn30 sweatshirt, you can see it on the episode before. Go, I am RedIn30. Go ahead and DM us. You
Get
can order
you
one.
one.
DM us on Instagram or Twitter. We'll get you one. And yeah, we rolling.
Because if you need Christmas gifts, you know Christmas is coming
Christmas
up.
gift.
Good
And they
point.
got red in
So-
it. And they got red on
And they
it.
got red in it.
Yeah.
So they got all the holiday cheer up in that thing.
You
so
can wear them
need-
at your little pajama parties, little Christmas parties. All comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Red 30,
Let's make some
red
red and 30
Perfect.
onesies.
RedIn30 onesies.
Wait.
Don't play with me.
Let's make some red and 30 onesies.
Okay,
man.
if I make RedIn30 onesies,
We're going to do it on the show, bro.
you're going to wear it on the show.
Absolutely.
Will you wear yours on the
Oh,
show?
yeah.
I'm wearing mine too.
Absolutely.
Are you?
Red Jam, you hear? RedIn30 onesies.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. We're going
I'm
to find
about
onesies. We're going to I am RedIn30
I'm
onesies.
about it.
Christmas
I like it because it's a onesie.
Hey, come on now.
I love
am
it.
onesie with God.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yo,
I am onesie
that's
with
going
God.
to be the promo boy.
I am onesie with
Be
God.
onesie with
The
the
onesie
Father.
with God. That's another shirt. I am onesie with God. Matter of fact, we're going to put it on the onesie. I am onesie with God. I am onesie with God.
I love it.
I love
I
it.
love
I am
it.
onesie with God.
Nakia hate because she ain't come up with it.
I love it. Did I say I said I love it?
But we ain't see it in your face.
I'm sorry.
y'all.
I was trying to see when Christmas fell on.
RedIn30 out. We love y'all. See you.
Ow! Kinsey! Thank you for watching and listening to the RedIn30 podcast, where we talk about Jesus, truth, and you. Make sure you subscribe and share this with somebody that you love. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and like us on Facebook. We are RedIn30. So you need to be RedIn30. RedIn30, RedIn30.